And Zanis caught up with Chief Mukupa Katandula, who explains her childhood.
Chief Mukupa Katandula, number 13. Bamukupa Katandula number 3. Aba ikirepo balukwesa. Eba wishba fere bana mutale rumango. Niba witina mutale. Aba cheshi baba bana kashi. Niba Yunis malanda Mukupa. Eba nyina abo imfumu Mukupa Katandula yawo pile ekufyala ngobana rumango. So bama bana rumango chiri chansansa. Ichakutira ubutungulushi wabo wafuminefe kumaboko yakwaleza nakuchirisha nefikorwe.
Born as number 7 in the family of 8, Mrs. Nalumango was described as a child with humble beginnings but hard-working.
Mukukula kwakwe ulya mayi alekulowatekanya sana sana fi ili ofye nanufeni mu class ali kita compete na ifwe balumendo fyali fyo waba fe bright sana fyali fyo wamano sana mukula kwako nomba te muntu tatemini sana ifya mangalo nga twafuma mulyamu mushimwa Mukupa Katandula kwa kusukulu abwela kuwa fe busy nokwafa abafya shinji topanganda.
The election of Mrs. Nalumango as Zambia's second female vice president has made the family and Mukupa Katandula community proud.
Ayo chintu ichi tatuishinga ishiba ifyo twatemwa mukatika mitima Yesu ichi tatwale tontonka nyapo mu life history. Umuntu wesu mkashi Yesu twakula naho twasambilira naho esasa mpera lile shuko ukubamo ili muri office ikalamba kuba namba 2 mu cyaro cya Zambia twalisansa muke chine makama kafwe bakola nango.
Royce Mwanza is acting head teacher at Mukupa Katandula Primary School, where the vice president learned from grade 5 to grade 7.
We are very much happy to have a vice president who hailed from this place. Yes, and it is very inspirational to our young children who are learning at this school.
Ethel Chanda for Zanis in Kaputa District, Northern Province.
Back to Northwestern Province. Some schools in Kasempa District have come up with strategies to help pupils recover from the time lost from the abrupt closure of schools due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Mwape Mwesa reports that the strategies include intensified remedial assessments and increased teacher contact hours, expected to help with the completion of the curriculum on time.
The abrupt closure of schools due to escalating cases of COVID-19 has left an impact on the education sector. This is because pupils have had to spend months away from school. Some schools have come up with interventions to recover the lost time.
We need to also ensure that we catch up with the lost time, especially that we had that premature closure. So we try to push things so that we are able to complete the syllabi, but we are not doing that at the expense of the learners, disadvantaging the learners, no, but we are trying to see to it that they capture the necessary content.
Every Friday we have quiz in the subject areas. These are meant to give children time to research and also to answer questions which may not be covered in the regular lessons.
Teachers are eager to help pupils catch up with the syllabi.
With the closures, we could not manage to finish the syllabi. So the strategies that we have put in place as teachers is to ensure that we do intensive assignments, give intensive assignments to the learners, intensive homeworks, and then we have also created enough time for the learners, that is
after lessons.
We are receiving pupils from a situation where in the families where they are coming from, others were affected by the COVID-19, whereby they even lost maybe parents. So coming back in school, it needs someone to counsel them. So we need a situation where teachers are prepared to counsel these learners so that they are able to feel free and to be able to accept the situation, to understand that they can still learn even after undergoing whatever they underwent.
We discovered that it will be very, very imperative for us to come up with an effective system that will help the learners to do very well. So we have certain topics that we know that, especially those that are about to write their exams, there are topics that are well known that automatically, whether pupils like it or teachers like it, they must come in an examination.
Mwape Mwesa for the News in Kasempa District.
Thank you, Mwape, for that report. Also in the news tonight, the Barotse establishment in Lukulu District, Western Province, has praised health authorities for their dedication towards the fight against the coronavirus. The Namayula Kuta, in commending the health authorities, has also encouraged the community to get vaccinated and help curtail a further spread of the disease. Cosmas Sokasoka now gives us this report.
In anticipation of the looming fourth wave of the COVID-19, health authorities in Lukulu District have intensified the implementation of high-impact preventive interventions, such as vaccination. The traditional leadership has equally joined hands in the fight against the deadly disease, which has affected over 600 people in the district since the first case was recorded in 2020.
Kakuyemera chwalo, nalutisa kuitumero, wali ukola makete. Eweza musebezi uwa kusileleza sichaba. Niruna ili kamwenenyi, sweli kususweza bana baluna. Ichaba kaufera kuli wafumani mupente. Kakweza chwalo kuli watu wapile hante.
District Health Director Raymond Msonda has warned against laxity in view of the roaming wave.
As a ministry, we are doing our best to intensify the vaccination. As you might be aware that vaccination is one of the sure ways of us avoiding the fourth wave. So we are ensuring that we intensify and make sure that we reach out to everyone that is eligible for the vaccination. Then besides vaccination, working together with the local authority. The local authority, they are taking the part of ensuring that there is compliance.
Meanwhile, the district administration has held government for its continued support in the fight against the disease.
As Lukulu District Administration, we're very happy with the response so far. Let's put politics aside and get vaccinated. If you want information, health is there every day. Go to your nearest health facility. Despite the relaunch being done, we will still continue vaccinating people because the vaccines are available.
Cosmas Sokasoka, Zanis in Lukulu District, Western Province.
The Rural Electrification Authority has continued to receive overwhelming response from rural communities who want to benefit from the authority's power connectivity. In Sinazongwe District, Ria Board Chairperson has assured the would-be beneficiaries of speedy connection of power, which is being done at a subsidized fee. More in this report.
The Electricity Service Access Project, ESAP, is aimed at increasing electricity access in Zambia, targeting rural areas. The Rural Electrification Authority, RIA, has connected 36,000 rural households countrywide to the national grid, out of the 38,000 representing 85% completion. RIA Board Chairperson Justin Chikwanda was in Sinazongwe District in Southern Province to interact with beneficiaries of the ESAP project.
ESAP project is at about $33 million. The bulk of it was pumped in by the World Bank, and also CEDA put in about $7 million. I'd like to thank the World Bank and the Swedish International Development Agency for standing and supporting this particular program of increasing the electricity connections at a subsidy. As you know, the connection fee has been identified as one of the barriers to increase the connectivity. So by supporting the subsidy program, thousands and thousands of consumers are being onboarded, and the quality of life is being improved.
And Mamba Zesco branch manager Godfrey Chishimba gave details of the ISA project in Sinazongwe.
And in Sinazongwe here we have had the customers since we started, since the inception. We've connected about 891 customers just here in Sinazongwe. Then also in Mamba we've connected about 550 customers. So it's an ongoing. We are still connecting. We are still putting customers on board. Like he had said, they are paying 250 a kwacha only. On top of that, we are giving them three bulbs. So far, as long as this project runs, we are expecting to connect over 2,000 passports.
Well, the ISAP beneficiaries in Sinazongwe had this to say.
Then we mix everything. Then in drama zinanguzenda kugula maize kazi zisunge somba without maize.
Reporting for Zanis in Sinazongwe district of Southern Province, Amuna Mbonge.
We now move to Rapula Province, where government has begun maintenance and establishment of new feeder roads in some remote parts of Rapula Province to enhance delivery of goods and services within and outside the province. Provincial Acting Permanent Secretary John Mwasha has urged the contractor engaged to deliver high-quality works before the onset of the rains. Details in this report.
With the recent benchmark of right price, quality works and timely delivery as set by President Hakainde Hichilema being guiding principles, the Luapula Provincial Administration was on site to inspect ongoing feeder roadworks and resound the call.
Well, the new Dawn government is talking about opening up the country with projects that are within time bound. The quality of the work that is so far done, and this is what it should be. As you may be aware, there are about 20 contractors in the province which are carrying the feeder roads in 11 districts.
As you can see, this place was a bush. We have opened it up. We are at the stage where we are doing the formation. After the formation, we'll move to cover the roads with the gravel just before rains.
Farmers talked to share the transportation difficulties.
Pandikuna kunchende kuna fume fintu ifikaramba rombe chisa mkushupa sana ma transport imisewe yali onaika nga bamba gredo nishi fili mwavya wa fama kutifika bwino panonga pa satellite.
This area is a farming area. It is involved with production of more especially maize, and if you don't open up the roads by this time around, it will be very difficult to transport the bags of maize that FRA is buying to the main depot in town. Again, it will be very difficult for our farmers to transport their inputs to their various farms. That's why this government is doing everything possible to prepare the roads before the onset of the rains.
The exercise supervisor highlights the scope of works.
They did the clearing and grubbing, they did the formation. Here they just now spreading the gravel to make it the sub-base, and then they will do the wearing course afterwards.
David Ndovi reporting for Zanis.
Now, Central Provincial Minister Credo Nanjua has expressed displeasure at the stalled 147 million Mumbwa Kaindu Road project. Speaking when he toured the 150 kilometers road, Mr. Nanjua says he is disappointed at the slow pace and poor workmanship that has been exhibited so far. Here are the details.
Central Province Minister Credo Nanjua has toured the 150 kilometers Mumbwa Kaindu Road project. Mr. Nanjua says he is disappointed that the strategic road has stalled and the workmanship is poor.
Check on the works that have been done. In the first place, we are very disappointed that the contractor has been on site for a number of months, but very little amount of money has been paid. and he has not also put much effort to put more money. So this road is a very important road, it's a very strategic road, which we think needs to be done on time. So we are very much worried because any time the rain will start.
Pine Roads General Contractors Managing Director Mumba Msosha now shares the challenges that have led to the project stalling.
On Monday or Tuesday, right? They were supposed to start those payments, which we have not seen up to now. And then it was even all over social media. Now you can imagine, even our workers now are able to listen to news to say you've been paid and then you're not paying us, which is a problem on our part. It's very difficult. Now that they've even seen news are coming here, I think it's going to be a problem now.
Meanwhile, Mumbwa Town Council Director of Works, Chirufya Mkuka, now gives an account of what has been done and what needs to be done.
There have been some preliminary works which have been done, of course not to completion, but this is just an example of one of the major structures on this road, the drainage structures. So once this has been placed, then we now need to place the wearing course on top, meaning layers of gravel depending on the levels. Okay. Yes, so
Krugas Yankuru, Zanis, Mumbwa.
And finally on Zanis News, President Hakainde Hichilema has challenged Zambians to emulate the likes of the late former cabinet minister Simon Zukas's dedication towards service provision, especially to the oppressed in society. Speaking during Mr. Zuka's bioprocession, President Hichilema described the deceased as a selfless man who made great contributions to the political and economic landscape of the country. Details in this report.
Simon Zukas, a former cabinet minister during the movement for multi-party democracy who died on September 28, 2021, has today been laid to rest at the Leopards Hill Memorial Park in Lusaka. President Hakainde Hichilema led the mourners in bidding farewell to a gallant freedom fighter and a veteran politician.
God allowed Simon to live a befitting life, a life that demonstrated what it means to serve humanity. We're grateful for that. Fellow mourners, let us use this occasion to celebrate Simon, to celebrate this engineer, this love of humanity, the landscape of our country.
That we take nothing with us from this world except our good name, our good deeds, and our good reputation, which we have created and worked on while on this earth. And we know that our dear friend Simon accumulated so much of that.
The late former minister, who contributed to the fight against corruption in the country, formed an organization in 2020 called Our Civic Duty Association.
And as the country headed to the recent elections, OSIDA, with strong inspiration from our chairman, became extremely concerned about the polarization of the country on tribal and regional lines. OSIDA thus sought to promote and restore the unity of our country under the motto of One Zambia, One Nation.
And his children share memories of their father as a fair and kind man.
He worked with and gave advice to and discussed things with the Zimbabwean South African freedom fighters when they were our guests in this country. I can remember myself as a teenager many times sitting in on his conversations with those freedom fighters discussing the way forward. I wasn't party to it, but I'm sure that he acted as a father figure.
And as we grew up, as adults, we had the pleasure of finding that he had a wicked sense of humour, and that caused our family great joy over the years. But we didn't understand as young children.
Former vice presidents, ministers, ambassadors, among other delegates, attended the burial procession of the late Mr. Zukas. Wopesendi reporting for Zanis in Lusaka.
As we end the news, we take a look at the stories once again. 2 mining companies in Kasempa receive a 30-day ultimatum to improve work conditions for employees. Traditional leadership praises health authority for commitment to COVID-19 fight. Plus, government embarks on opening up new feeder roads in Wapula province. Thanks for watching us on ZNBC News. Now remember, we are one Zambia, one nation. My name is Juliet Mtala Singh. Bye-bye and God bless.